come with me to audition for a Broadway show for the first time in 7 years. It feels really scary to share this part of my life again because there's a lot there. If you don't know my lore, yes, I am a major theater girl. I performed professionally throughout my childhood. I studied it in college, and I moved to New York in 2019 right after graduation to pursue it full time. I was waitressing, waking up before the crack of dawn, and standing in line in the freezing cold to maybe get seen at audition. And then the pandemic happened. The live theater industry disappeared overnight. I had to move home and essentially rediscover who the heck I was without theater. At the time, it was devastating. Theater had been my entire identity since I was a kid. But this was also the biggest turning point in my life and the biggest blessing in disguise, because otherwise I would not have this life now that I love and that is genuinely better than what I thought I wanted. I'm really proud of what I built. All I ever wanted was to earn my living as a creative, and I get to do that. But being back in this city, it tugs at my heart. It reminds me that there's a piece of me that's been missing, and I can't ignore that anymore. I love this art form deeply, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This industry has hurt me. My whole life I was so tunnel vision. All of my value was tied to whether or not I could succeed in an impossibly competitive, wildly subjective business. I was body shamed, told I needed to lose weight. I literally had a casting director look at me and say, "Have you ever heard of cardio?" Like, yeah, babes, I've run a marathon. I went through an abusive work environment that ended with half the cast leaving our contracts early. I went through a really toxic long-term relationship riddled with infidelity and betrayal. Like, there's a lot to unpack there, and it's all intertwined with this community. So this feels really scary because in some ways it does feel like reopening a wound. But it's something I feel like I have to do, and it's something I feel really ready to do because I am a completely different person now. Being happy and fulfilled and confident and older and knowing my value has allowed me to kind of detach my self-worth from the outcome. Like, there's a lot less pressure when I just allow myself to tune out all the bullshit from before and just do this for the love of it. Not to prove anything anymore to other people, like just doing this for myself. It is really freeing to just walk into an audition room with the mindset of like, I am just here to share my gift. And what a blessing it is that I get to do that. Now, I am getting seen today, which is actually a huge privilege. If you're not familiar with how Broadway auditions work, you can't just walk in. I used to wake up at 3 a.m., wait out in the cold, put my name on a list, only to like never get seen. Getting seen was half the battle, if you know, you know. But things have changed a lot since then, and because of my previous professional theater credits, I was able to take my equity card. I could yap all day about what went into the decision to do that, but at this stage in my life, my time is valuable, and I'm just being a lot more intentional with what I go in for, so if I show up, I actually want to be seen. Now let me just give you the tea for how this all works. They usually ask for a 32-bar cut of music, which is about a minute. You walk into the room, there are usually between 1 and 3 people at the table, you greet the accompanist, take about 10 seconds to give them your tempo, and go time. You sing, you say thank you, and you leave. Now again, the last time I was doing this, I was 22, so a lot of that music no longer works for me. I've had to do a bit of an overhaul on my book, and I haven't sung through this piece for anyone besides for my voice coach in years. So it's a little scary, but I'm ripping the band-aid off, I'm rebuilding the muscle, I'm getting used to the nerves again, and it feels so freeing to be back, but this time just for the joy of it. It is something I missed so much. I don't believe in being tunnel vision about life anymore. You're allowed to change your mind, you're allowed to evolve, and doing so does not mean you failed. It means you grew. That's my life update, and I'm really excited to share this part of me with you.